how are you all doing? I am good. I hope everybody is safe at home. And we are back again with few more interesting topic in foggy figure. So welcome to this part and let's start the topic.
Nouns. And we also did a very fun activity, right? So I hope you all loved that activity. So now we have few more nouns to be discussed. So let's go ahead and check what we have next. Who is he? Mr. Bean. Yes. So what is Mr. Bean doing here? Do you all love Mr. Bean? I love him a lot. And I love to watch the Mr. Bean cartoon almost all the time. He is one of my favorite cartoon characters as well. So as you see here, Mr. Bean and his bear are going on a vacation. And observe their things carefully. So which is your favorite place to go on a vacation? And what all did you take along with you? So we are going to learn about few more things. So observe the things which Mr. Bean and his bear is carrying along with them for a vacation. So as you see here, you have a car. I could see Mr. Bean and the bear also. And I can also see a mat, a ball, and what else? I could see a toy there, right? So let's check where he's been. Oh wow, now look at this Mr. Bean. He's happily chilling out in a beach with his bear. Look at them, how cool they are with the sunglasses. Isn't that bear very cute with that sunglasses? Yes, and look at Mr. Bean, how happy he is. So obviously, he'll be very happy when he's on a vacation. Even we will be very happy when we go to a vacation, right? So look at the things now, what all he have taken along with him. So we could see a car and we could also see a mat, but now I couldn't see a mat. But that was not a mat, that was an umbrella, what we have seen the before picture. And like we have just seen a ball, I could also see a ball here. And what are the other things you find in this picture, in both the pictures? So you have two chairs in one picture and you have one chair in the other picture. I can see a swimming tube, I can see a book. And can you also tell me what is that ball made of? Yeah, it's made of plastic, right? So what is plastic? Plastic is nothing but a material. So here we will be discussing about material nouns. So what exactly are material nouns? The raw material which we use to make a particular thing or an object is nothing but a material noun. So look at all the other things as well. So ball is made of plastic. So plastic will be a material noun. Look at the glasses there. What are those glasses made of? Glass. So glass again is a material noun. And what about the chairs? What are chairs made of? So they are made of wood, or sometimes they can be even made from plastic, right? So wood and plastic are material nouns again. So like that, we have each and every object which is made up of some or the other materials. So all that will come under material nouns. And can we also count the balls in these two pictures? Yes, so in the two pictures I could see two balls. How about the chairs? How many chairs do we have? We have three chairs in two pictures, right? And how many umbrellas do we have? We have two umbrellas. And how many cars? Just one car. And how many grapes? Can we count grapes? Not exactly. right? If I want to buy some 1 kg of grapes, I will not be able to find time to count those many grapes. So that is the reason why I will buy the grape in bunches or in grams or kilograms. So because I cannot count the grapes, I will consider that as uncountable noun. And what about the juice? Can you count juice? No, you cannot count juice as well. Why? Because that's a liquid. You can only measure the juice in liters, milliliters, or with a cup or a glass. So again, that juice is also uncountable. What about sand? Can you count sand? No, again you cannot count sand because that's a powdered material. So the things which you can count in numbers, all that will come under countable nouns. For an example, balls. So we were able to count balls, chairs, we were able to count umbrella, car, etc. Right? So even basket, toys, all that we are able to count. So all that will fall under countable nouns. But whereas uncountable nouns are the things which you cannot count in numbers. So can you count the sand in numbers? 1 sand, 2 sand, 3 sand? No. So that's the reason why it is uncountable. Can you count juice? 1 juice, 2 juice? No. You can only count the juice in liters, milliliters, or in glasses or cups. So all that will come under uncountable nouns. So generally we get confused between material nouns and adjective. So let's revise what is a material noun first. So what exactly is a material noun? Material noun refers to the substance which the object is made up of. So like we just observed in the previous example, we were able to see the chair, right? What is the chair made of? Wood or plastic. What is umbrella made of? Canvas or a cloth. So that is again a material. Toys, again they are made of plastic. What about radio? Radio is again made of some metal or a plastic material. So the raw materials or the substance which we use to make the objects or things is nothing but a material. So we have few more examples for material nouns like steel, gold, silver, water, sand, wool, cotton, and etc. So all the girls out there, you love wearing nice earrings and some nice bangles, right? So how are the earrings and the bangles made of? They're made up of either gold or sometimes silver or sometimes with different materials. Also it can be made like black metal or glass metal or some other alloys. So all those will come under material nouns. And the boys, what do you like wearing, boys? Some nice sunglasses and some nice watch, right? So what is a watch made of? It is made up of glass and also it is made of leather. The strap of the watch is generally made of leather, or you can sometimes have steel or any other different kind of material watches also, right? What about sunglasses or the nice goggles or shades what you like to wear? What are those made of? Mostly they will be made up of glass or fiber, or sometimes even it can also be made from plastic. So all that we call that as a material noun. So all the things which are made up of some or the other substance or some or the other material is nothing but a material noun. So generally we get confused between a material noun and an adjective. So how do we get clarity there? It is very simple. For an example, my wooden table is almost 10 years old. So here the highlighted word is wooden, and wooden is an adjective. Why is it an adjective? Because it is describing the noun there. Okay? So always remember, adjectives will describe or talk about the nouns. So here, wooden is describing that particular table. Whereas in the second example, the 10-year-old table is made of wood. So here, wood is again highlighted, and I'm just talking about the material which the table is made of. So what is the material? It is just wood. Alright. So how do you actually identify an adjective, and how do you actually identify a material noun? So the simple trick to identify an adjective is put the question how to the noun. So in the first example, my wooden table is almost 10 years old, right? So first identify the noun. What is the noun in that? Table, right? Now put the question how to the noun. How is a table? So your answer might be big, small, large, or beautiful, or wooden, and etc. Right? So whenever you put the question how, and whatever answers you get, all those will come under adjectives, because you will describe that particular noun. Whereas material nouns, you will not put the question how, but you will ask the question what. So what is the table made of? Look at the second example. The 10-year-old table is made of wood. So again, identify the noun. What is the noun? Table, right? So what is table made of? Wood, correct. Alright, and you also have an adjective here. What is the adjective? Put the question how again. How is the table? The table is old, right? So old is adjective, whereas wood is just a material noun. So material nouns are not bothered about how beautiful, how big, how small, how ugly, or how many type of objects you have. You're only bothered about the substance which that particular thing is made up of. That's all. That means you're only bothered about the material which is used to make that particular object or a noun. So that is nothing but a material noun. So I hope now you got a clear understanding. So let's go ahead and check about the countable and uncountable nouns. So material nouns are again divided into two types: countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So what exactly are countable nouns? The nouns that can be counted in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. All that nouns will come under countable nouns. For an example, table, kids, plates, and etc. So let's suppose you are in your school and you have to count the tables. Let's suppose you are in a classroom and you have some 30 members, or your class strength is 30. So how do you count the tables? You obviously count in numbers 1, 2, 3. So altogether you will be at least having 30 tables, right? And you will also be able to count how many students are there in each and every class, because they are countable nouns. What about plates? Can you also count plates? Yes, we can count plates, right? So in your own home, how many plates do you have? If you have 4 members at your home, do you have only 4 plates? No, we will have some extra plates also, right? So how many ever plates I give you, you will still be able to count, right? So all these will come under countable nouns. Then what are uncountable nouns? So uncountable nouns are nothing but the nouns that cannot be counted but can be weighed or measured. For an example, rice, sand, water, oil, and etc. So how do you buy rice? Have you ever counted rice? It is impossible, right? Because they are grains. So you cannot count the rice. You can only weigh the rice in kgs or in grams and only or in quintals, right? So that is how you actually buy the rice. So that is why rice will become an uncountable noun. What about sand? Again, sand is, you cannot count sand. So again, how do you measure sand? In kgs or in grams or in bags, right? So whenever you weigh anything or whenever you measure, all that will come under uncountable nouns. What about water and oil? They are not powdered or solid materials, but they are liquid materials. But still, you cannot count that. Then how do we actually count the liquid materials? You either weigh them, you either measure them or weigh them. For an example, how do you measure water? In liters, milliliters, or cans, or tubs, or buckets, right? And what about oil? Oil can be measured in liters, milliliters, or sometimes grams as well. And if you have a cup, then also you can measure the oil using a cup. So all those things which cannot be counted in numbers come under uncountable nouns. So if you can count in numbers, then you call that as countable. If you weigh or measure, then you call that as uncountable nouns. So I hope you are clear about countable and uncountable nouns, right? So let's go ahead and check what we have next. Look at the Scooby-Doo. Do you all remember the Scooby-Doo? Is he also your favorite cartoon character? Yeah, he is one of my favorite cartoon character. So Scooby-Doo is nothing but the name given to a dog. So that's the reason why dog is called a common noun, whereas Scooby-Doo is a proper noun. What is a Scooby-Doo doing? He's cutting something and he's trying to peep from it. What is that he's cutting? He's nothing. He's cutting a fog there, that's all. And he's blowing out the fog and he's trying to peep from it, right? So what he's wearing? He's wearing a collar. And what is that collar made of? It's made of leather. So what is leather? Leather is nothing but a material noun. And can you also count collars? How many collars does he have? He just have one, right? But if I have some 100 dogs and if I have a collar for each of the dogs, you will still be able to count those 100 dogs and 100 collars as well. So collar will be a countable noun and leather will be a material noun. What about knife? How many knives does the Scooby-Doo have? He's got just one knife, right? And what is that knife made of? It's made of iron, or sometimes it can be even made from steel. So all that will come under material nouns. Iron, steel. Sometimes we also have plastic knives, right? So the raw material which is used to make a particular thing is nothing but a material noun. So can you also count knives? We can, right? So knife will be a countable noun, whereas iron is the material noun. What about locket? How many lockets does he have? So this Scooby-Doo is just having one locket. So what is that locket made of? It's just made of gold. So again, gold will be a material noun and locket will be a common noun, and it is also a countable noun, because if I have 5 more pets or 10 more pets at my home, and if I have a collar and a locket for each of my pet, then still I would be able to count those many collars and lockets, right? So locket will be a countable noun. And what about fork? Can you count fork? Or can you measure fork? You cannot count fork, right? So that's the reason why you call that as an uncountable noun. So Scooby-Doo, the funny dog, is trying to see through the fog. And what is he wearing? He is wearing a collar made of leather. So as you see here, Scooby-Doo is the name of a dog. So that's the reason why it is highlighted in green color. Whereas dog and collar are nothing but common nouns. So that's the reason why they are highlighted in red color. And what about leather? Like we just discussed, it is just a material noun. So leather will be a material noun. And his locket is shiny as it is made of gold. Again, look at this sentence. You have 2 highlighted words. Locket is a common noun and it is also a countable noun. So that's the reason why dog, collar, locket all will come under countable nouns, and they are also common nouns. Whereas leather and gold is a material noun. He is cutting out the fog with a sharp knife made of iron. So look at this sentence. Again, you have 2 highlighted words, knife and iron. So as you see, knife is a countable noun and it is also a common noun. What about iron? Iron, like we just discussed, it is a material noun. So I think now you got clear idea about countable and uncountable nouns, and not only that, the material nouns as well, right?
We'll know other different types of noun in our next part. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye. Have a nice day.